Hello guys, thank you here, and we're back with some more Doll's Nest post-game builds. So before we begin, I would like to remind you guys that if you guys want to help support the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below if you have any questions or concerns about this episode. So anyways, for this episode, we're going to be covering the Sniper Tank build. So this build isn't too gimmicky as the previous two builds we've done. If anything, this is kind of well, it's kind of a niche build, so in some ways it is kind of gimmicky, but at the same time, there is some use you can get out of this build. But I'm kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit here. Let's try to go into the nitty-gritty and see what we have equipped on this build. So for my mobility module, I'll be running the Vargmund. For my headset module, I'll be running my Bravadmund. For the hanger module, we'll be running the Hamsmund. We'll also be running the Hamsmund for the thruster modules. We'll be running the Varchis for our utility modules. For our main arm, we'll be running the Kaladbolg. For our secondary main arm, we'll be running our Gansgans. For our right rear arm, we'll be running the Lapis. Or Lapis, pardon me. And for our left rear arm, we'll be running the Gar. Let's go into like my logic here for this build. So again, this is the Sniper Tank build, so technically I should be running Tank Tracks for this build, and the whole reason why I'm running Tank Tracks for this build is because Tank Tracks tend to have the most carrying weight, but more importantly, it has the most DP out of all the other mobility modules in this game. The Vargmund is basically sort of the weakest tank track, but at the same time, it's also the more well balanced of the tank tracks we can run. Well, I'd say it's the weakest tank track, but in reality, it's kind of well, it's kind of the low end build. Like DP wise, it's on the same level as the Hamsmund, but at the same time, it carries a little bit more. So you do have that. But if you want something other than the Vargmund, I would recommend running the Bravadmund. Bravadmund does have more carrying capacity and a bit more defense points, but at the same time, the trade-off is you lose out on handling, max round speed, and all that. Basically, you just become slower when you equip the Bravadmund for your mobility module. So we'll just go ahead and stick with the Vargmund instead. As for the headset, we're running the Bravadmund because one, it has plenty of DP for us to run with, which is going to be very important for this build. And on top of that, it also has some pretty good targeting range, which makes this a pretty good long range headset. So yeah, that's why we're running that. The Bravadmund, that is. For our hanger module, we're running the Hamsmund, and the whole reason why we're running the Hamsmund is, well, one, we kind of don't want to compromise our DP, because this build is heavily reliant on DP. But more importantly, this build is also reliant on having a good shell production boost, as well as a good rear arm boost. And what shell production does is it basically allows you to regenerate more ammo for your rear arms, and quite frankly, that's important because this build is heavily reliant on rear arms. And as for rear arms boost, this basically determines your accuracy with rear arms. There are some hanger modules that might have better rear arms boost, but at the same time, the trade-off is you're losing out on shell production boost. That's one thing I've been noticing with a lot of hanger modules, but with the Hamsmund hanger module, you kind of get good, healthy balance of both, which is, in my opinion, something you kind of need with this build. As for thruster modules, I decided to run with Hamsmund because, well, one, I don't want to compromise on my DP, and two, Hamsmund is kind of a decent thruster module for like tank builds. Like, there are some better thruster modules that you can use, but I feel like the DP increases something you kind of need a little bit more with this build. But if you want some kind of alternative, like if you want a little bit more EP recovery, it could run, not that, the Golgolds for a little bit more EP recovery, or rather quite a lot more, but the trade-off with running thrusters like this is you lose out on DP, as you can see here. Whereas with the Hamsmund, you get like 7,440 DP, which is very nice for this build. And also, we're running the Varchis, and the whole reason why we're running the Varchis is this build is going to be heavily reliant on using large-scale disassembly device to keep yourself stocked up on ammo. This does eat up quite a bit of DP, as you can tell, which is why you actually need a lot of DP with this build. But at the same time, this will also give you a lot more BP as well, like keeping your rear arms sustained. So yeah, if anything, the Varchi's utility module is probably what makes and at the same time sort of break this build. As for primary arms, I decided to go with like whatever. I decided to go with the Cloud Bog just to give ourselves some better penetration. Not much to say there. As for the Ganscans, this is mostly meant to be your last line of defense, just in case if something like something gets really close to you and you need to defend yourself. So yeah, that's kind of the whole point of having this. The Ganscans is actually a pretty powerful assault rifle for tanks. And yeah, quite frankly, if that doesn't kill anything, then you might be in trouble. But hopefully nothing will actually get close to you. Apart from that, we're running the Lapels and the Gar for this build. These are pretty much going to be your primary weapons for this build. So in general, your Lapis is going to be like your thermal option for sniping with this build, or your Gar is going to be like your physical option for taking out enemies that happen to be weak against physical. So in general, kind of what I actually kind of like sort of hang back away from your enemies to just like alternate between these two weapons in order to defeat them. Yeah, for your primary arms, yeah, again, I wouldn't necessarily rely on this, but if you want to try to snipe enemies from afar with this, you could just go ahead and like bust out the Cloud Bog, or you could bust out the Ganscans. What you could do in favor of not using the Cloud Bog is you could definitely run the Facade. Although keep in mind, running the Facade will not only increase your carrying capacity, but also it will or rather decrease your carrying capacity. But actually, no, I'm getting this mixed up. Like increase, like make it so you're actually carrying more, but at the same time, it'll also weaken your EP recovery, which is going to hurt your mobility quite a bit. So if anything, it might just be a good idea just to stick with the Cloud Bog for this build, just so you can actually be able to move around a little bit. There's one last thing I do want to show off. Let me just go ahead and leave here. So we're at the Toon Humanoid now. Yeah, if there's one thing I do recommend with this build is to make sure your EP cap is maxed out, because this build eats up a lot of EP. In fact, I'm not quite sure if you'll be able to run this build without EP. I'll let you check. Actually, no, you'll be able to run it. Although, granted, if you're running something like the Bravadmund, yeah, you might not be able to run this build. But again, we're not going to be running the Bravadmund. We're just going to run the whatchamacallit, the other tank track. Totally forgot. But anyways, yeah, go ahead and feel free to look at this and just copy this for your build, if you will. But anyways, let's go ahead and take this build out for a spin. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. Right? So we're here at the bridge. I feel like the bridge is a pretty good place to actually test out this build, mostly because there's a lot of open space for us to actually use our stuff. So in general, you kind of want to rely on using your rear arms to fight things. Put an enemy around here, I just know it. I can't get a drop on you. Yep. So just like that, you kind of want to just rely on your rear arms just to take things out. You can alternate between the two weapons if you wish. I generally prefer just sticking to the Gar for weaker enemies and just using the Lapels and the Gar for like stronger enemies like this one. I was out of range. One thing you gotta be careful about this build. It's very easy to be out of range. This build. Actually, no, I wasn't out of range. I was just well within range. Kind of curious why his health bar didn't show up. But anyways, yeah. With your Varchis, you kind of want to hold off a little bit before actually using it to replenish your ammo. If anything, you kind of want to wait for your EP bar to go halfway before you actually, well, actually, not even halfway, but like you want your BP bar to have like a quarter of ammo left before you actually use it. And where the BP bar is, it's like right between my armor bar, which is like on the top, and my EP bar, which is like right below the bar in the middle. So basically, it's just the bar in the middle. But anywho, let's see if we can't find our enemy. We can shoot. There we go. Perfect enemy. Actually, shoot apples. So anyways, yeah, generally with this build, you kind of want to be careful about finding enemies that are like right on top of you. With these enemies, you can try to deal with them right now, but actually, it's essentially just take them out with my Gar. So as you can see, this build is actually pretty strong against tougher enemies, like pretty strong. Like I think during the guide, I was having a lot of trouble with these enemies. Ooh. Fighting pests. But yeah, with this build, they're not too much of a problem. So anywho, so our bar's like halfway through, as you can tell. That's the downside with this build. You kind of gotta be careful about ammo here and there. It's very easy to run out of ammo with this build because a lot of your weapons, or particularly your rear arms, tend to eat up a lot of ammo. Quite a bit, but it also tends to kill things pretty quickly. Go ahead and hit you in the back. Let's hide over here. You know, you fire rockets at us. Actually, no, I probably should have just used the apples for this. Or not, never mind. I can just shoot under you. Is as you can hear, there was like a beeping sound right there. That means we're almost out of ammo. Almost out of ammo. Let's go ahead. With this, let's use the scans on you. Oh, I catch you a little bit. As you can see, there's a bit of a shortcoming with these, with this build. You kind of want to be careful about, yeah, about your ammo here. If I start running low on ammo like this, just go ahead and hit your key or button for using your special utility module and just restore all your ammo. And as you can see, it only took like a quarter of our health bar, or DP bar right on top. Yeah, with other builds, the DP will also look a little bit more dramatic, but with this one, it's not too dramatic. Plus, you can easily get all this back pretty quickly. In fact, just for demonstration's sake, I'll just go ahead and do this. Just heal up with my repairing agent, and I'm already back at full. So as you can see, yeah, this build, well, it does eat up quite a bit of DP. It's really easy to actually get your DP back with by just healing, but at the same time, you want to be careful about getting hit because effectiveness with this build relies on you having a DP in order to replenish yourself. And yeah, if you run out of like DP at any given point, or start getting kind of low on DP, it might be a bit of trouble. Essentially, so yeah, make sure you're like on top of your DP and not get hit. Let's go ahead and deal with this one. You're not facing towards me. Come on, there, hand. Oh, actually, I can take care of you. There we go. Let's back up and let this guy waste ammo. And finish off with our scans. There we go. But yeah, you generally don't want to get hit as this build. Again, you kind of want to just hang like all the way in the back and just shoot things with this build, essentially. You don't want to actually jump into the fray. Quite a bit of damage. A bit of damage right there. Let's finish you off for, well, actually I don't need to finish off with this. I can just close the distance and finish off with the Gans. The Gans is pretty nice to have for this build. If anything, it's basically the gun of guns. Well, when it just comes to weapons in general in this game. Interestingly enough, that's kind of the description for this weapon. Get rid of that guy. Let's go ahead and grab stuff up with this guy. Yeah, as you can see, we kind of just cleared this area. So yeah, that's kind of the idea with this build. You kind of want to just rake the field more or less. Like, don't try to get into the fray like the Neru build. Just kind of keep your distance away, like away from enemies, and just shoot at them from afar. That's generally how you want to play as this build. But yeah. So anyways, yeah, I might as well take the time to actually talk about a few things while we're kind of slowly moseying our way back. Or moseying our way back, rather. So yeah, I've been hearing some rumors that we might be getting an update for Doll's Nest, and The rumor is that the next update might be a PvP update. I'm not sure how much credibility those rumors have. For all intents and purposes, it could be just well, just internet shenanigans. But yeah, if it turns out the rumors are true, I might give PvP a try. I'm not entirely sure if I want to try it out because, well, one, I'm not sure if the rumor is true, and two, I'm not sure how well PvP is going to be balanced for this game. So yeah, again, I'm not sure if I actually want to do if I want to actually check out content like that or not. But yeah, that's all I kind of wanted to get off right here. But anywho, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits here since well, there's not really much more to talk about. So again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're watching this, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I was about to say you're watching this as a VOD, but technically this is a video, so well, it's not necessarily a VOD. But anywho, yeah, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below if you have any questions or concerns. So without further ado, this is gonna be thank you signing off. Goodbye.